The Vietnam War, a conflict that spanned 2 decades, divided a nation, and changed the face of modern warfare forever. It all began in the aftermath of World War II. Vietnam, once a French colony, yearned for independence. Led by revolutionary Ho Chi Minh, the Vietnamese declared freedom in 1945. But France refused to let go. The First Indochina War followed, a bitter struggle that ended with the French defeat at Dien Bien Phu in 1954. From that moment, Vietnam was split, North Vietnam under communist leadership and South Vietnam supported by the West. The Cold War was heating up. The United States, fearing the spread of communism in Asia, began supporting South Vietnam. What started as military advisors soon escalated. By 1965, over 180,000 American troops were on the ground. The number would grow to more than 500,000 in the years that followed. But the war was unlike anything the U.S. had seen before. Jungles replaced battlefields. Guerrilla tactics replaced traditional combat. The Viet Cong, a communist insurgency in the South, used hit-and-run attacks, tunnels, and ambushes. American troops struggled to fight an enemy that disappeared into the terrain. The enemy wasn't just hiding in the jungle, it was hidden among civilians. Operation Rolling Thunder, a massive bombing campaign, aimed to break North Vietnam's resolve. Instead, it hardened it. Villages were destroyed, forests scorched, but morale remained. Meanwhile, back in America, the war was tearing society apart. Televised footage of body bags, napalm victims, and burning villages reached living rooms daily. College campuses erupted in protest. The nation was divided, fight on or pull out. In 1968, the Tet Offensive shocked the world. On the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, the Viet Cong launched coordinated attacks across South Vietnam, even breaching the U.S. Embassy in Saigon. Though a military failure for the North, it was a psychological turning point. The illusion that America was winning shattered. Public trust declined. Presidents came and went. Johnson escalated. Nixon promised peace with honor. In secret, U.S. forces expanded operations into Cambodia and Laos, fueling more unrest. In 1970, 4 students were killed during a protest at Kent State University. The divide grew deeper. Anti-war sentiment surged. Celebrities, veterans, even politicians turned against the war. Then, the Pentagon Papers leaked. Classified documents revealed government missteps, misjudgments, and misleading of the public. Confidence in leadership crumbled. By 1973, under growing pressure, the U.S. began withdrawing troops. The Paris Peace Accords were signed, but the fighting didn't stop. 2 years later, on April 30, 1975, North Vietnamese tanks rolled into Saigon. The South surrendered. Helicopters lifted the last Americans from the U.S. Embassy rooftop. It was the end. The Vietnam War cost over 58,000 American lives. Millions of Vietnamese perished. Landscapes were scarred, generations traumatized. Yet its legacy is complicated. Some call it a failure of foreign policy. Others a necessary stand against communism. It redefined how America viewed war and how the world viewed America. It exposed the limits of military power, the cost of misinformation, and the strength of public opinion. Even today, its echoes remain in films and politics and foreign policy debates. The Vietnam War wasn't just America's longest war, it was its most haunting. And its lessons are still being learned. Want to dive deeper into the truths history tried to bury? Subscribe now and join the mission to uncover the untold.